Are you a foodie? Well, do you like boasting your knowledge about fine cuisine? What if you mispronounce the food names? Oops, that can be embarrassing. So, let's blame it to the spellings. Spellings can be quite deceiving at times. So, in this lesson today, we are going to talk about food items. Well, maybe we have been mispronouncing it all our lives. So, we're going to learn how to pronounce them correctly. Hey friends, welcome back and you're with me, Niharika. Well, in today's lesson, we are going to look at certain food items. Well, food names. We're going to learn how to pronounce them correctly. Well, as I said, that at times, spellings of these food names can be quite deceiving. We end up pronouncing it in a very weird manner. So let's have a look at these food items and let's learn to pronounce them correctly. So we will start with the very first one, which is salmon. Well, the most healthy, delicious and nutritious fish. Yes. Well, many a times when I go to a grocery store to buy some fish, well, I have noticed that there are people, maybe at the meat counter, where they end up saying that, please pack me some salmon. Well, yes, it is spelled this way, but it is not pronounced as salmon. Well, the correct pronunciation of this delicious and nutritious fish is salmon, okay? So you do not pronounce the L in it. It goes like this. Salmon, okay? I would like to eat some salmon today. All right, that's how you pronounce it. It's salmon, right? Moving on to another one that I have for you, the spicy chili pepper. Well, it's jalapeno or is it jalapeno? Well, when you go to a Subway, yes, you end up ordering your sandwich. And there are many people who end up saying that, oh, please do add some jalapenos. Oops, you are mispronouncing it. It is not jalapenos. Well, the correct way to pronounce this word is jalapenos. So which means the letter J, you're not going to pronounce it. In fact, it's going to turn it to the letter H. Okay, so it's going to be jalapenos. Well, could you please add some jalapenos to my sandwich? Okay, so the spicy chili green pepper, I'm sorry, it's not red, it's the spicy chili green pepper. It is called jalapeno. That's the correct way to pronounce this word. All right, so next time you're ordering your sandwich, do not end up saying jalapenos. Okay, moving on to another one. Well, the Italian appetizer, which is bruschetta. Well, many of us really like this appetizer, but if you are in Italy and you end up ordering for this appetizer and you end up saying that, hey, could you get me a portion of bruschetta? Well, you are mispronouncing it. The Italians are probably gonna laugh at you. So don't embarrass yourself. Let's learn the correct way to pronounce this word. As I said, it's an Italian appetizer. The correct way to pronounce this is bruschetta. So it goes like this. Bruschetta. Okay, that's how you are supposed to pronounce it. Yes, if you look at the spelling when you are looking at the menu card and you spot this, well, we all tend to pronounce it as bruschetta, but it is bruschetta. Well, it is a grilled bread which is topped with some olive oil, with some herbs, and with some chopped tomatoes and garlic. It's delicious, but the correct way to pronounce it is bruschetta and not bruschetta. Moving on to the most common thing that you find in every kitchen, onions and tomatoes. Well, please remember that these common vegetables are not pronounced as onions and tomatoes. That is incorrect. If you have been pronouncing it this way, you are making a mistake. Well, no problem, never too late. The correct pronunciation of these common veggies is onions and tomatoes. So, it's not onions, it's onions. And then many people end up pronouncing this as tomatoes. That just sounds weird. So the correct pronunciation is tomatoes. Okay, so it's tomatoes. Moving on to the next food item, the Mexican dish, which is tortillas. So you go to Taco Bell and you are craving for some amazing Mexican tortillas. And when you order it for yourself, you end up saying that I would like to have a portion of tortillas. Well, yes, looking at the spelling in the menu card would kind of confuse you. Looking at the L's over here, you will tend to pronounce it as tortillas, but that's incorrect. Well, this delicious Mexican dish is pronounced as tortillas. So I'll break it up for you. It's tortillas. Okay, that's the way you would pronounce this food item. It's tortillas. So next time you are enjoying some delicious Mexican tortillas, well, do remember me because I taught you how to pronounce it correctly, right? So moving on to the next food item, which is the cheese Parmesan. Yes, so when we go to an Italian restaurant and we order for some amazing pasta or for amazing pizza, and we like to top our pizzas or pastas with too much of Parmesan, so what do we end up telling the waiter? Well, there are people who say, please put some parmesan or parmesan on my pizza, and that's incorrect. Well, you are mispronouncing this type of cheese. The correct pronunciation of this word is parmesan, okay? So it's parmesan. I would like to have some Parmesan cheese. Let's have a look at the next food item, which is another type of cheese, the Dutch cheese, which is extremely popular. People really enjoy eating this because it's delicious. If you look at the spelling of this type of cheese, how would you tend to pronounce it? Well, looking at the letter G, well, there's a probability that you would pronounce it as Gouda. But that's incorrect. You are mispronouncing it. Well, the correct way to pronounce this type of Dutch cheese is Gouda. So it goes like this. Gouda. Well, it comes after the city of its origin. So that's Gouda for you. Next time, maybe you are at a buffet and you end up spotting the favorite delicious Dutch cheese. Well, you're gonna ask for, hey, can I have some of that Gouda, please? Okay, so it's not Gouda, it's Gouda. The last food item that I have for you, which is extremely popular, the reason because you love to spread it on your sandwiches and many things, of course. It's a great cheesy spread. But the correct way to pronounce this word is, well, if you look at the spelling, you would tend to pronounce it as mayonnaise, but that's incorrect. Well, you do not pronounce the Y in the word. The correct way to pronounce this word is mayonnaise. So you just skip that Y totally. You would just pronounce it as mayonnaise. Alright? Or you can just keep it simple by saying, hey, could you just add some mayo on my sandwich, please? Okay, so rather than just going with that long word and confusing yourself, just stick with mayo. But again, it's mayo, it's not mayo. All right, so it's mayonnaise. You will not pronounce the letter Y. Okay, so let's quickly go through these pronunciations again. We have salmon for you. We have jalapenos. The next one is bruschetta. And then the most common vegetables that we find in every kitchen are onions and tomatoes. We have the Mexican dish, which is tortillas. We have the delicious Parmesan cheese. Then we have the delicious Dutch cheese, which is Gouda. And then the last one, the delicious cheesy spread, is pronounced as mayonnaise. Okay, so hope you will not get confused the next time you are talking about these food items. So go ahead and boost your knowledge about this fine cuisine confidently, right? And I'll be back with a new lesson soon. Till then, you take care.